Renowned professor and prolific theologian Henry Nouwen, who taught right here at Harvard for many years, sums up in one sentence so much of the angst and anxiety so many of us feel throughout the day. He said, "We are the prodigal son every time we search for unconditional love where it cannot be found." Harvard Catalyst recently did a study this year, enrolling about 70,000 college students in over 100 institutions. 1 of 4 college students admitted to feeling very deep, crippling fear and depression, and were diagnosed with some form of mental illness. 1 of 5 contemplated suicide. That's double almost the national average. And of those who contemplated suicide, half actually attempted physical harm. Society is experiencing, and young people, for the first time maybe, such drastic social pressures, and the angst is getting greater. The second leading cause of death actually is suicide in ages between 15 and 24. It's quickly becoming out of control. But this is not just a millennial issue. The CDC recently released a report that said that 50% of all U.S. population will develop some form of mental illness within their lifetime, the prevalence of anxiety and depression being the major struggle. So you see, whether old or young or somewhere in between, if you're struggling, I just want to say you're not alone. You know, the Bible says, cast your cares on the Lord, for He cares for you. I want you to know that God understands what you're going through, and you're not on the struggle bus alone. Many are going through it. We in social medicine and global health have been trying to quantify the role of faith to our health. Does it actually add a value? Is there scientific evidence? Is it evidence-based? Yes. We found out in study over 30 years that faith and attending church, a community of faith, adds 7 years to your life. That's right, 7 years. Faith is good for your health. What is it showing us? Faith is critically and extremely important to our lives and adds so much value. So if you're watching this, know you're not alone, and there's a whole group of people struggling. But perhaps you can invite someone this week to come to church with you. It could be literally a matter of life and death. And not only save them from so much of the angst in our culture, but perhaps add value to their lives and help them flourish. So much of the angst we feel is because we can't control our context or our external environment. But the good news is, there is someone on the throne that controls everything. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. And in such a precarious world, I can't think of any better news. Today, I want you to remember that the prodigal son eventually comes home to Abba and finds his identity in being the beloved. Today, I want you to know that the angst and the anxiety dissipates only in the arms of the Father. And I want you to come to the Father today. Say a prayer, go to a church, find Him. He says, come.